nervous. My name is Stacey Yarbrough, and first of all, thank you. My life as a young lady, I never thought that I would end up where I've ended up. In 2012, I was crossing the bridge at I-44 in May and was fixing to crawl over when Oklahoma County Sheriff picked me up, and I spent 3 days in a suicide ward. I was kind of homeless at the time, and I didn't know, I just didn't know where I was going to go. And that kind of started my major addiction. And then my addiction led me to prison. And for 4 years, I sat there on the yard, and surrounded by officers and prison wire, and I kept telling myself, one day, if I ever made it through this alive, I would give back of all the bad that I had done in my life. And I got out, and the second time in my life that I thought life just wasn't good enough to go on. As you know, when you get out of prison, you're told if you don't pay your fines, you're going to go right back. And door after door after door after door was shut in my face. I couldn't find a job. They wouldn't take me with my record. And I stumbled across a Craig's ad for Sunnyside Diner. And I went in there, and as I was getting ready that morning, I told myself, two things are going to happen. If I get this job, my life is going to turn around, and I'm going to be able to give back for what I've taken. Or I'm either going to take my life, or I'm going to start the game again, because I didn't know how to make these fines work and make sure that I never went back. And I met Allie that day. That changed my life, because she didn't ask any questions. She just said, come on. And it's been a struggle. I got into a sober living house. I lived in a shelter for almost 7 months, and I have my first apartment now that I live by myself for the first time in a long time, and it feels so great. But the time that I lived in the shelter, I would remember what it felt like to wander the streets and not know where I was going to clean up or where I was going to eat. I had no idea. So each paycheck I would take $20, and I'd make a man's bag and I'd make a woman's bag, and I'd put hygienes in it. If I could afford anything else, I would. And I'd go down and I'd meet two individuals that probably had the same struggle as I had, but didn't have a blessing to meet the people that I have in my life now. And so I'd go down, and I'd pick a man and I'd pick a woman, and I'd spend my day off, and I would just get to know them. I would get to know their story. Sometimes we'd go eat, we'd have ice cream, stuff that they normally didn't have, and we would just get to know one another. And so this went on for quite some time. I kept it to myself, and I knew if I could get more individuals involved, we could make a bigger change. So there was a group of girls at work that I just absolutely love, and they loved the idea. And we decided that we would, do this as our little family. And then Allie overheard it, and now it's this, it's taken off, and it's really went to different levels than I could ever imagine in my life. This month we'll hand out 200 bags. And as we grow, we've got our guests, Allie and Shannon and Camilla have opened Sunnyside, to where they're promoting our street team. We've got guests that bring in underwear, socks, hygienes, money. They'll just give us money because they don't know what to get, so we go and we get it. And as this is growing, and these young people that, I'm old, and I've lived a very hard and fast life, they're seeing what it's like to be on the other side of the track. And they've really come, I see them now we used to have the homeless come in and they would kind of, back up a little bit, and now it's, hugs and, is there anything we can help you with, or what can we do for you? It's been amazing to see how we've taken this and growing with it, and it's helping people that you don't even really, when you're dirty and you smell like booze, and sometimes you may have shoes and sometimes you may not. A lot of people will turn their back and they won't, get to know that person as a person. And we all need to realize that there's always a story to how that person got to where they got. I mean, I could tell you stories upon stories about where I got, but what made the difference was someone not looking at me because I was a convicted felon and not giving me an opportunity to have a job. They gave me a chance. And with that chance has come in just major accomplishments in my life. I now, for the first time, have my driver's license that I haven't had in years. My probation, I've been kicked off probation. They closed my case 4 years early, which is it's not heard of in Oklahoma. It's given me something to believe in and be proud of. And I, tease everybody at work. I'm up there all the time. I just need to go ahead and have a little cot and, a little locker of my own, and I can just live there. But, Shannon and Allie and Camille helped me get into my first apartment. And I can never say thank you enough to you guys for changing my life. But it's my responsibility now to help other people change their lives. And whatever I can do for a brother or sister, to give them the opportunity to be able to smell halfway decent. Sometimes, you're just down on your luck, and sometimes you just don't have any luck at all, and just meeting these people on the streets that we've met. I've seen several women that I was locked up with that I just wonder how I was blessed for the people that came into my life and how their life took a different turn. And that's not for me to judge. It's just for me to be there to give encouraging words that you can accomplish anything that you set out to accomplish. It's taken me 44 years to accomplish a lot, but I was one of those kids that my grandma will tell you, if you told me not to do it, I did it. If you told me it was hot, I touched it. I always had to push that envelope to see what I could do. And my family always teased me if I would take the knowledge that I have to do the things that I've done, I could change the world, but I just got a slow start. So now it's my turn to, take this street team to a new level. We have an opportunity Thursday to meet with the day center about serving the homeless children twice a month. We'll go in the evenings. We will cook with them. We'll mentor them, and just try to talk to them about making smart choices, making, good decisions, and to let them know that there's people, not just their family, but there's people out there that really, truly do care about their success and how they grow, and, just to try to help them. So that's another level of what our street team's going to be going to. And I'm thankful that I have the opportunity with Shannon, Camille, and Allie's money, and all their promotions that they do, that they are helping us grow this street team to where we are today. And next month, I'm sure Ashley will say, let's do 400 bags. So we're pushing it as far as we can go, and our guests are so excited when they see what we're doing and how we're trying to give back. And so that's pretty much all I got, Byron.